Just waiting. Just waiting as we go in to the SSG versus FaZe matchup. Both teams here are 2-0. FaZe clan currently 6-1. SSG currently 6-0. Whoever wins this series will be first seed going into Saturday's games. I guess they'll be upper seed. They won't be first seed, but they'll be the upper side of the bracket going into Saturday's games. Whoever loses this will play one more game in the lower round today. RLCS referee keeping us in check, saying this is game 1 of a best of 5. Great shot there right off the bat from first killer. Daniel misses his clear opportunity. Reynolds booms it forward over AJ's head. First killer keeps this one close. Reynolds hits it high. Typical tries to lob it over to first. They end up bumping each other. Arsenal being a little bit of an annoyance on the FaZe defensive half. First killer tries to get this one out. A great block there by Daniel. AJ, oh, that was looking dangerous. AJ with a near own goal. Didn't quite happen, though. Daniel off the ceiling. Does get a double touch, but it's going to leave this one for Sipical. Reynolds hits it high. Doesn't make contact. AJ able to start an air dribble. Goes for the 50 against Daniel, which Daniel does make contact. A lot of light touches here. Both teams trying to keep control, but both teams not giving an inch, not wanting to give any sort of control to either side here. This should be a good ball for SSG though. Arsenal does bail on it, leaves it to Daniel. Arsenal going for the 50. AJ under this one. Might be able to get the flick. First killer does chase a demo, and Sipical able to clean it up. A pretty quick goal here from FaZe, but wouldn't say they got it too easily. Reynolds with just a clear that goes a little bit too far out mid. And FaZe able to get the first one on the board here. AJ, quick dodge. Doesn't dodge that one, though. Daniel comes back around. Arsenal able to flick it upfield. Runs into Reynolds. First killer does get it over Arsenal's head. Does get a 50 on Reynolds as well. Up to Daniel. He does get a clear. Straight to Reynolds as well. Good team play from SSG to get a clear all the way upfield. A fake in the backfield from Sipical, leaving the ball to first killer. Does get a much better clear than I think Sipical would have been able to get. Ball is faked yet again. In the midfield now, given to first killer. A demo onto Reynolds. Sipical with a chance to shoot. Top left placement. Sipical, his second goal. Playing cleanup here. And he's looking great doing it. Look at that, baby. Top of lefties. Ball falls out the first killer. Able to get his first touch off the sidewall. Great first touch at that. Daniel, not the touch he wanted. Sipical going to beat out Daniel here. Pops it over another SSG player. Reynolds looking for bumps. Giving me some PTSD after seeing that one. Sipical already up for this. Over to first killer, who does still have boost, and he's going to put it home. 3 goals now for FaZe. 2:24 left on the clock, but FaZe looks to be in full control here. So many of their touches going right to their teammates. Playing it so slow on offense, making sure that they have purposeful touches. First killer going for 2. Does he get it? He does miss that touch. He accidentally hits it out too. I think he was trying to bump Arsenal on that one. Typical hits it around Arsenal. Daniel upfield. Over to Reynolds, who does hit it off the backboard, has a double touch opportunity. Might be a free ball, but oh, okay. He did end up still getting it. Daniel is there for it. I thought Reynolds was going to have to shoot this one. But AJ ended up landing on him, making it hard. But Daniel still there for it. Typical, not able to get back in time. And some life shown here by SSG. Typical. Good first touch. Flip reset. Gets it over another. It is on target. But Reynolds plays that well by making sure the ball goes straight to Arsenal, giving him an easy save. Arsenal with the catch. Gonna have to beat out 2 FaZe defenders. See if he can make it work. A great 50 by him. Arsenal gonna do the job himself. And now only a 1-goal lead for FaZe here. A great 50 by Arsenal. Typical couldn't get the contact he wanted. And Arsenal's able to put it home, finish it all. I think it was a full 1v3 solo play. An actual tank. And the ball on kickoff gets past the FaZe players, and Reynolds able to put it away now. 1 goal for each player. Ball goes past Typical. Looks like he wasn't able to make a play on the ball there. And Reynolds was able to just put that one home. First killer. Hits this upfield, but he's going to keep control of it. Great first touch by him. Able to also use his boost to recover. AJ over to Typical. Back to AJ. Doesn't pass it mid. But Daniel's able to get that save at the last second. Good clear across the net. First killer over to AJ. AJ still on top of this one. Arsenal doesn't get the touch he wants. Goes straight into AJ. But he did run out of boost there. First killer. Over to AJ again. AJ, quick shot. Daniel's there to save it. Typical on top of this. Gonna go for a bump. First killer going for a bump now. Does get one. AJ with the shot. Typical hits it high. Wants to buy his team some time. A great pass mid. First killer, quick shot. And Daniel is able to save this. AJ gonna hit this over to Typical now. Daniel still chasing the bumps. Does get him. Hits him all the way up to the ceiling. Now first killer with a great pinch, but Daniel's still going to be on it. Reynolds has to chase this one. Also, I just realized, this isn't... Let me share my comment later, actually. This is a pretty intense game thus far. Reynolds back to Daniel. Daniel hits it high. Arsenal past mid. Can't get it past Reynolds, though. Daniel over to Arsenal. Oh, and he hits it off the post, and it's not in. So close with the 0-second play. First killer now has a chance to control this. Has to dodge Arsenal. Hits it across. Over to Typical. Typical off the backboard. Reynolds doesn't make contact. AJ with a chance to shoot. Daniel, last second save. That was really dangerous for SSG there. Arsenal off the ceiling. It's a good 50 in the midfield. AJ gonna leave this one for Typical, but Typical didn't know. And that's a clear all the way upfield, and Reynolds is gonna boom it home. Game 1 going to SSG. What I wanted to say was, I don't know if they've ever used these cars before, but Reynolds and Arsenal, that's the Typical car, no? I've never seen them use that. That's cute. That's pretty cute. Arsenal does? Oh, okay. I've never... Reynolds always uses the basic car. What I've seen. Oh, right. Dot. There's the dot for SSG. If you don't add the dot, then they didn't win. Exactly. That's because it's all in my hands. So like I'm basically in control of the outcome of the series. So I have to do my job. Make sure I do it right. If I never put the final dot, the series really is never over. Kickoff goes right to Arsenal, but Arsenal with the quick touch is going to have to pass this to Typical. Couldn't keep possession there. 50 over to Daniel. Tries to take control. Does dodge AJ's bump. Typical ready to cut off the mid pass there. Arsenal fakes his contest. Ball goes out mid. Might be good for FaZe. AJ does get control here. Gets it off that corner. Arsenal already on top of it. Passing play opportunity here for FaZe. Typical going to take control. Triple demo. 3 demos happen at the same exact time. And Arsenal over to Reddles, but Typical's going to be there at the last second. Gets a save across for FaZe. Big bump there from Sip. Quick shot. Easy save for Daniel. Lots of bumps already happening in the beginning of this game. Didn't see many of them in the first game. But I already three instant demos. Daniel ended up bumping Reddles there. First killer couldn't land on it, couldn't get the pinch. Great first touch by Reddles, but first killer does get that bump. Reddles with some big 50s in the midfield. Making sure that this ball doesn't get past him for free, but Typical over to AJ, back to Sip, takes a shot. Reddles with 0 boost. If he just had a little drop, just a little crumb of boost, he would probably be able to get that save, but a huge passing play here from FaZe. And they're able to take the lead here early on in game 2. Quick pass out mid. Doesn't work too well for SSG. Arsenal now has full control on this one. All 3 FaZe players just waiting. Daniel doesn't make contact. Typical now in a 1v1, but I don't think he has much boost to work with. First killer. Tries to get it over Reddles. Awkward ball for Reddles. Handles it well. Typical had the chance there. Couldn't put that one on target. Another demo coming through for Sip. Sip over to the side now. Reddles might be able to control this one. Reddles already up, but both FaZe players already waiting back. This is going to be no threat to them at all. If one had committed, it would be a whole different story, but Reddles had to rush that one, not knowing. Wow. Not knowing where the players were because the ball was over his head. Arsenal all the way upfield. First killer does make contact, making it impossible for Reddles to get that shot there. First killer again. Able to cut this off in the midfield. Consistently. Oh, bump opportunity. Daniel, last second save. FaZe consistently cutting balls off in the midfield here. Making sure that SSG don't even get the chance to shoot. Or at least a good look on the net. AJ keeps it high. First killer already up again. Is able to get a second touch here. Makes it very awkward for Reddles. Arsenal, not a great touch. Passing play opportunity. AJ to Sip. Sip commits, but Daniel gets the cutoff. Arsenal, quick shot. First killer is going to handle it, no problem. Wow, what a save by AJ. Typical. Able to take possession here. Arsenal has to hit it away. That he does. A chance now for first killer. Arsenal able to take it. Looks like Reddles might be going for some bumps here. He does go for them, but he doesn't make contact with anybody. Daniel again. Basically, it's Daniel versus first killer here in the midfield. Consistent pressure from both of them. Great cutoffs. as well. Arsenal tries to shoot low. Daniel has to play this off the side. Arsenal going for a bump on Sip. Didn't work out. Got there just a little bit too late. And Reynolds with a 50. Oh, Arsenal couldn't read it. Huge pinch there from AJ. Daniel does still get a piece of this one. Ball goes to the midfield. Going to be a ball for SSG. Arsenal, I think he wanted to take that one. Daniel also wanted it, though. This might be SSG's final chance to get this ball out once this ball goes past first killer. Daniel to the side. Does have a great catch initially. Up to Reynolds. Typical with a weak touch. Arsenal not quite there yet. AJ trying to kill this one. He does get it over, but Daniel's still on it. Typical has his chance to kill the ball. Arsenal keeps it up, but awkward positioning from Daniel after that, and he's not able to keep it alive. That is going to be game 2 going over to FaZe. So now it's 1-1 in the series. Again, the winner of the series, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I'm right. The winner of the series here is going to be first seed in their group. So they would be going to the upper rounds. You are correct. Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't spewing out nonsense. Oh, that's true. That is also SSG's first loss in this event so far. Somebody replied to my tweet and said, we need answers about Arsenal and the Uggs. Oh no. Nobody talk about the Uggs. It's fine. I'm officially stating right here, right now, if I see an air dribble bump in this game, the team officially loses a point. By the way, first killer. Having a crazy air dribble right off the bat. A great first touch here. And gets a little flipper just right around Arsenal at the last second. I've noticed that FaZe is very good at their... FaZe is very good. That's it. That's actually the comment. FaZe is very good at their kickoffs. Reynolds might be able to put this away. Couldn't quite make contact. Very good at their kickoffs. Like, every single one that they actually do win, it goes right to a teammate. It's not even like a... It's not even like an okay setup. It's not even like, maybe I can make this work. It's perfect. First killer over to AJ. Gets a quick catch. First killer does start chasing down the demo on Daniel. Daniel couldn't get the read on AJ's shot. And a quick 2-0 lead here for FaZe. But yeah, as I was saying, if either team does an air dribble bump, I think I get to remove a point from the series score here. I think that's an official ruling. Arsenal chance to shoot. Bottom right. Has great placement there. Lots of chaos in front of the FaZe net. Daniel, looks like he got a flip reset. Reynolds wins a 50 versus 2 players, it seems. 2 players, one had already commit, and a free shot for Arsenal, but had to send the FaZe players diving at it, and he just plays it nice and slow. And he gets a little bit of a freebie there. AJ under this one. Reynolds reads it well. Ball falls out in the midfield. Daniel now. Does get a good 50. Typical. Able to take this one. Gets a flip reset towards the net, but it's not going to be too threatening. AJ pops it high. Typical. Thinking if he should go or not. Decides not to. Probably the best choice. Reynolds with a good dodge. Does beat 2 players here. Hits it out mid, but has nobody in assistance with him. AJ pops. Oh my god. AJ pops an eye over to First Killer. First Killer gets slammed out of the air. Daniel now full control of this one. See if he can hit it mid. Looks like he did get it around one with the bump as well. Typical does clear it high, but is Reynolds able to get to it? No, it's going to be AJ first. First Killer clears it all the way upfield. Daniel takes possession. Gets 50'd by First Killer. First Killer now looking for boost. Going to have to run all the way back here. Might create a gap in the midfield, but it looks like Typical does read that well anyway. Now First Killer over to the left side. Wants to give Typical the ball. Daniel does have the read, though. Going to fake this one for Arsenal. Arsenal going to take a quick shot. And the ball gets pinched all the way downfield. Not on target. So Reynolds is going to have a chance to take this one away. Arsenal with a good read here. Able to just run upfield, knowing First Killer either has to hit it back or Reynolds has to hit it towards the midfield. Arsenal with a chance. See what he wants to do. Does go off the backboard, gets a little bit of a flick. Typical playing the 50 on Daniel, who also Daniels, who also 50's First Killer. More demos coming through for both teams now. SSG had the early demos and bumps. I mean, they're not stopping anytime soon. But it looks like FaZe is catching up on the bumps here too. Making sure they can maintain that pressure. Typical, good first touch. Over to AJ. AJ, quick shot. Reynolds with a save. A chance for Daniel to gain possession. Looks like he gives it up though. AJ with a double, goes straight to Reynolds. Arsenal immediately running upfield. Wants to see if he can get the demo or if he can be the outlet pass. Reynolds looking for more bumps, but nobody's on the ball. Reynolds does go off the backboard. Arsenal actually gets it through! It didn't seem like it would work. Reynolds with such a quick turn here and is able to get the bump on First Killer. Makes him flip the wrong way. Great play there by Reynolds. Arsenal just had to tap it home. Clear here from First. He's in a great spot now. Typical hits it a little bit too close to the midfield. Makes it very hard for First Killer to get to that ball. Reynolds now goes for a flibber set. Doesn't get it. First Killer clears it out mid, but nobody's there to follow it. Arsenal does pop it high. Daniel, or actually that's Reynolds. Reynolds from the side. Typical, still trying to get a piece of it. He does, off the wall. FaZe is on it, but the ball's going to be passed right to Arsenal. First Killer gets a pinch. Might be a chance for SSG to gain control here. Let's see what they can do. Arsenal gets the demo on AJ. SSG still looking for control here. First Killer is not giving them an inch. Gets another bump, but it actually helps out Reynolds. Arsenal under the ball. Let's see what he can do. Thought he was going to go for an air dribble bump, but I think he heard me before the game started. Oh, awkward touch by Reynolds. Daniel still gets that last second save. Typical trying to pass it. Great pass there. Over to First Killer. 15 seconds left. Is this game going to end in regulation, or are we going to head to OT? Only time will tell, baby. Arsenal on top of this one. Gets bumped, but it actually doesn't really do anything. Reynolds hits it high. First Killer. Oh. Oh. Oh! First Killer had the clear. I wasn't even sure who took the shot there, but a wide open net miss from FaZe, and we're going to be heading into OT. Typical up for this one. First Killer now on top of it. A double clear, double commit from SSG, but a chance now. Oh, and nobody from SSG is there. FaZe was a little bit slow on defense, but nobody there either from SSG to capitalize. First Killer able to get bumped. What an honor. First Killer goes for the mid boost. He gets it taken by Reynolds. Arsenal starts up his air dribble. Daniel with a chance at full control. Typical is pre-jumping. He does get it around Typical, but First Killer ready and waiting. Awkward ball for AJ. Arsenal already on it. A bump on the FaZe net. Arsenal can't put it home, though. First Killer seeing what he can do. Tries to keep control here. Going for a bump now. Arsenal clears it to the side. Great touch there from AJ. And a huge fake. Oh, and he's going to do it all. 1v3 from AJ. This touch was amazing. And why is it showing first killer POV? There it is. The first touch was amazing from AJ. Able to keep it close. Fakes out the defender, thinking he's going to power shot it. Shoo! Amazing play there from AJ. Was AJ the one to shoot it on the 0-second opportunity? It was AJ? Okay. I couldn't tell if it was AJ or Sip. Ooh, that was tough. That was a tough 0-second shot, but redemption arc there from AJ. Gotta remove one. There was no air dribble bump. I can't remove the dot. Simple rule. Do you think Corelli wants to trade now? No, I don't think Corelli wants to trade. It was Sip? Oh, okay. It was AJ? Okay, who cares? I'm over it. We're going to be going into game 4. FaZe is up 2-1 in the series. 1 win here for FaZe means that they will be the top seed and they will play again on Saturday, which is tomorrow, in case you didn't know that. Which also means that SSG will continue to play today in the lower round 1. Because they will be second. I don't know. They're probably guaranteed second seed based on their placement. I think either of these teams are guaranteed first or second. Daniel, quick shot. Gets pinched out from FaZe. First killer taking control. Great first touch. Isn't able to get it around Arsenal. Daniel does get a demo on AJ. All up to Typical here. I think he did get the flip, but didn't work out for him. Reynolds ended up getting faked out by AJ. Great play from AJ. Giving him a free ball to work with. Typical does get demoed, but the ball is still in first killer's hands. Oh, first killer to AJ. Top right, not quite working today. So close, off the post and out. Almost had that angle there. First killer still on top of this one. AJ does clear to the side. A free ball for Reynolds, who passed it over to Arsenal. Typical gets that last second save, and a demo comes through for AJ. Now a chance for... Oh, don't scare me like that. Now a chance for FaZe. But it's already turned back around in SSG's favor. Ball's left for Reynolds, who's very low on boost. Is he able to get this one? He's not. Typical is able to grab that. Daniel already up for this. Gives a nice little pass to first killer. Reynolds with the 50 on first. Typical now trying to keep this one close. Trying to make it as awkward as possible. You can see he consistently goes for these touches off the ceiling because they're so hard to read as a defender. Reynolds off the backboard. Daniel gets beat as last man back. Arsenal not able to get back. AJ is going to put it home. A wide open net left from SSG. That last second crucial touch from Typical makes it so free for AJ. First killer, great first touch again. I think he flipped off like the ball there. I don't think that was on purpose. AJ now has a chance to shoot. Decides to wait and take the cut instead. FaZe able to beat out SSG. Air dribble bump. I saw it coming. First killer, chance to shoot. A little high, a little off target. Typical is able to clear that SSG, or stop that SSG clear. At the ball again. Lobbing consistently in the midfield. AJ, though, over to first killer. Quick pass across. Didn't quite work out for him. Quick save from Daniel. Daniel does get bumped for his trouble. Typical going to play this nice and slow. Gets the flip reset. Going to go under Daniel. Daniel reads it well. First killer off the backboard. Reynolds already up. Gets a great read there. AJ off the sidewall. Not a bad pass attempt, but very hard for first killer to try to read that. Has to really fully believe, fully commit in that. Great pass from SSG. Looks like Arsenal to Daniel. And that's just a nice quick play. With the bump in net from Reynolds as well. AJ couldn't contest the midfield pass because he was getting bumped instead. Good kickoff here for SSG. Seeing if they can make something work. Ball killed in the corner. Both teams fighting for possession. First killer has the chance to control. Does get a great first touch. Cleared to the side by Reynolds. Arsenal is already there. But Sipical gets the read. Stops him. He's seen that play one too many times. Arsenal off the corner. Over to Sipical, who has no boost. Sipical still in midfield with no boost. Could be dangerous if that ball went past AJ. Huge flick from Arsenal. Don't think anybody expected that one. Daniel with a fake. Waiting for Reynolds to come through. First killer still on top of it. Daniel in net. First killer. Just making sure this ball is not in SSG's hands. But it's not going to work for too long. Arsenal up to Reynolds. Gets a soft touch. Goes for a demo. Doesn't even think about the shot. He's still bumping. Arsenal. Daniel. Sipical. Sipical with the last second save. But it looks like it hits off Reynolds' head and it goes in. Oh, he's getting dribbled. Oh, Reynolds was dribbling first killer. And Reynolds is also able to put it home after the bump. A great bumping play there by Reynolds. It all started with that pass from Arsenal initially, going into the soft touch. Oh, a chance here. Oh, and what a save by Reynolds! Oh my god, they actually kept it out! First killer, over to Sipical. Is he the first one to it? Reynolds wins the 50 anyway. First killer off the corner. Goes for two. A chance. Daniel's already up. No boost. Arsenal on top of it, off the backboard from first killer. But nobody from FaZe is there. Oh, man. We're put the dot up for SSG. We're going to game 5, baby. What I was going to say, there was this outlet pass from Arsenal. Went all the way up to Reynolds on the wall. Reynolds got a soft touch on it instead of booming off the backboard. All three FaZe players were back. If he hit it off the backboard, he would have been screwed. Does the soft touch, and he's able to just go straight into the players and bumps them for like 7 seconds straight. That was inspirational. Probably learned it from me. Just saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, heading into game 5, as I've repeated 8 times, the winner of this is going to be the first seed out of their group. The loser will continue to play 1 round today, I believe. It all comes down to this. I know both teams want this first seed really bad. It's incredibly beneficial. Oh, it might be a chance for SSG. Not quite. It's incredibly beneficial in this format to get first seed out of your group. So, you know both teams really want this one. Pinch almost goes straight into the SSG net. Daniel over to Arsenal, but it's going to get cut off. First killer already there. Ball pops high. First killer, see what he can do. Off the ceiling, gets 50'd by Daniel. Yeah, first seed is a huge advantage in this format. So we're going to see who wants it more. AJ pops it high. Daniel already on it. Typical with a weak touch. Reynolds trying to read that and get the boost at the same time. Only gets the read. Has to leave the boost there. Might be going for a bump. We've seen it one too many times. Knew it was coming. Big flick over 2 SSG players. Is he able to put it away? Gets the angle, but Reynolds is already there pre-jumping the shot. Typical leaves this one for AJ. Has no boost. Wants to go all the way back. AJ with a little bit of a fake. Goes for a bump instead. Reynolds passed one. Typical just going for bumps. First killer over to AJ. AJ places it top righties. A great team play here from FaZe. Typical just baiting the touch. All he wants him to do is hit it. First killer immediately knows AJ's on his right side. Just hits it over there and says, good luck, buddy. And AJ puts it home. Ball goes past first killer. Typical still on top of it. Reynolds up, playing the decoy. Lets Daniel get that clear to the side. AJ with a great first touch. Doesn't get around Arsenal. Looked like he might have had him there for a second. Reynolds going to flick it high mid. Daniel does get the 50. But it might be an overcommit here from SSG. Reynolds did dive at that one. Arsenal to the side. Reynolds is already up there. Trying to make it awkward for FaZe, but FaZe wasn't even biting on that one. AJ, great touch. Caused the last second save from Arsenal. First killer with a huge clear. Typical already up for this. Booms it high off the backboard. Daniel doesn't have the read, but Typical doesn't either. He couldn't get it on target. AJ now up for this one. First killer. Oh my god. First killer off the sidewall. Double touch. Typical with a quick shot. Just hits it right at Arsenal. I think he might have been going for a bump afterwards too. SSG flopping. Couldn't quite figure out what first killer was doing. And he fakes this touch as well. I think our SSG ended up bumping each other. First killer fakes going for this one. Stops himself, lets the ball go in front of him, and takes a quick shot right side of the net. Great play by first killer. Great solo play. But it looked a little too hesitant there from SSG. I'm not too sure if they bumped each other or what had happened there. First killer already up. Gonna try to get this one. Maybe to AJ. AJ was under it. Ready and waiting. But it went just a little bit too far for him. Typical does get demoed. A chance for SSG now. Reynolds versus first killer. Gets the flick. And Typical can't get back off the respawn. And Reynolds is going to take this one. Only a 1-goal lead now for FaZe. That last second pixel touch on his car. Great flick there. Great play. Also Arsenal. I think he got 2 demos there. The demo on Typical I think was a lot better. A lot bigger of a deal. Compared to the other person. Because it completely got rid of all of FaZe's midfield pressure. Or even presence. Not even pressure. Arsenal passed one. Is he able to get it mid? He is, but nobody's there. Looked like somebody did commit, though. First killer already going for 2 off the backboard. Daniel on top of it. Awkward ball for SSG to deal with. AJ all over it. Not too hard of a save for Arsenal, but good discipline from him staying grounded. Daniel starts up his air dribble. Arsenal wants to take over, but he's not sure when. Reynolds up for this. Let's see if he's going to go for a pass. Just booms it straight upfield. Typical. Gonna get the ball taken from first killer. Arsenal booms it upfield. Tries to hit it off the ceiling. Maybe giving himself a second touch. But gets a little bit too much power on it. Now this might be a chance for FaZe to counter. A lot of SSG players commit really heavy. Daniel off the sidewall. Couldn't get the second touch there. Reynolds going to be full boost. Is he going to pass this across to Arsenal? He's going to go straight forward. 2 FaZe players commit. Arsenal with a boom here could be pretty scary for FaZe. Flip reset. Does get around one. Typical with a weak clear, but he knows what he's doing. Weak clear gives him possession. Reynolds across field. Arsenal does take a quick shot. First killer was lurking upfield there. Daniel over to Reynolds. Ooh, Typical wasn't even able to make contact. AJ up for this. First killer going to take it. Fake it. Fake it is what I meant to say. You guys heard me. First killer with a quick little fakey. Makes it so hard for Reynolds to read. And now back to a 2-goal lead for FaZe with 36 seconds left. And that is not in, but it was not looking pretty there for a second. But it is looking pretty tough for SSG if they can score this, though. No, Sipical, he's always there. Reynolds pops to the side. SSG needs a goal. They need pressure. Sipical pre-jumped. Over to First Killer. First Killer fakes. AJ. Off the corner. First Killer with a quick shot. Not able to put it on target, but that doesn't matter. He just needs to kill time. AJ can't get the 50. First Killer somehow gets a touch there, and that's going to do it. FaZe is going to be taking this series, meaning they also take first seed in Group C. So they will be playing tomorrow in the upper side of the bracket. That'll all be on the main stream. But for SSG fans, they are still actually playing today. So for me, I will no longer actually be hosting the games, but I'll still be doing a little viewing party today. You know what I'm saying? I'll still finish the viewing party.